I'm trying to get this to work, so if you can see me, let's have a look if this is working. You are live. Apparently I am live, so let's see if this is Bethany. Oh, hi. What are we going to do today? Hello. We're going to be unboxing the Gospel of Aradia. So just bear with me, this is the first time I have actually set any of this up, so I'm just going to get it sorted. I can't, oh no, we definitely don't want that, I don't want an echo. The Gospel of, I don't know how to do this. This is some realness. Live. Okay. Yep. Oh, hi whoever's watching. I should let everyone know, right, that we are on live here. I'm going to start in a second. Sorry guys, I've never done this before, so this is new. Hopefully you can hear me. I don't even know how this works. This could be quite hilarious. So let's just say we're going to go live. Just a little. I hope everyone's having a lovely I'm gonna get started soon, I promise. I don't even know if I can cut this out later, but we'll see. I hope you can hear me. I hope someone can tell me whether they can hear me. To the one person that is on here, I don't even know where I can see these chats, but okay. My stream is apparently very good. Alright, so I'm just going to get started, and then we're just going to go from there. If you're on Facebook, if you Facebook me or Instagram me and let me know if you can hear me or not, that would be amazing. You are watching the maiden voyage. Okay, so this is the Gospel of Aradia deck. It's a 34 card deck and guidebook set by Jimmy Manton, who's done some incredible work with like the Isis Oracle, and I've got the other one there, Secret Language of Animals. This seems to be a smaller deck than a lot of his other work. Like 34 cards is quite small, which I feel. So I'm not sure whether that is becoming a norm, but that's a bit disappointing. But apparently this is quite beautiful. So being a witchy woman, I really did want to get this and see what it's like. I haven't opened it. This has been under my desk for months because I went to Australia and I was very good about not opening anything. So if you do not know about Aradia, the Gospel of the Witches, it is there's a lot of text about it. It runs deep into some mythology there. Like all of Blue Angel Publishing's boxes, they're so good. That's one thing that I think they do extremely well. Like I love the quality of everything that they do. So we have the guidebook cover. His work is so beautiful. Oh, so beautiful. So let's have a look at what we got in here. And I do really like Stacey DeMarco. So we got the introduction. The Myth of Aradia. So she's given you a bit of information about Aradia. Oh, it's got the whole thing, so it's great. How to use the deck, some spreads, and then the cards. And I'm probably going to do a little bit of a reading too for everyone for the coming week. Thinking that I might do these on the regular and then use the deck that I've got and do a live reading. And I also have some crystals to show you too that I got from a local supplier here in BC, and she has a website and she's got an Etsy store too. And man, they're so beautiful and they're so well priced. So let's have a look at the cards. So there we go, the back. These are a little bit smaller, I want to say, than my other Blue Angel Publishing cards. And you can see here that the borders have all got different colours as well. So there's an A on the back for Aradia. Yeah, they feel a little bit smaller, like in my hands. Okay, so blood. I'm just checking to see that you guys can see it because there's a bit of a delay on my... Creation. Curses. Divinity. That's beautiful, that one. Dreams. I'm not sure where the chat comes up, everybody, either. I'm sorry, this is the first time I've ever done this. Ecstasy. I'm hoping that someone would have told me whether if they can hear me or not. Oh wow, this is a beautiful one. Escape, look at that. So it is shiny. As you can see, I'm getting my microphone kind of reflected in it a little bit. The feminine. Fight. Fortune. Games. The Gospel. So a lot of non-people cards in this one. Hierarchy. La Luna. The Masculine. Night Woman, which is also the cover picture. Peacemaking. Pilgrimage. The Queen. Reconciliation. Resistance. Ritual. She looks like Aslag from Vikings, this girl. Secrecy. The Shadow. Sisterhood. Strega. Synergy. Taboo. Truth. She's a little Angelina Jolie looking. Union. The Unknown. And Vows. So there are quite a few cards in here that are not people cards. So I love Jimmy Manton's artwork though, it's so beautiful, and I'm a sucker for anything witchy. So they shuffle really well, and maybe that's why the cards are a little bit smaller. maybe there's been a lot of feedback that larger cards are harder to shuffle. I quite like large cards, but so I'm going to pull a couple of cards and do a bit of I never do this, but I just have decided to go with the flow today, and do a coming week vibe reading, and then I'll show you some of my crystal goodies that I got, and we'll have a look at what kind of information we have in the guidebook. Okay, so the beginning of the week we have the feminine. So it's been a very intense, energetic time, and I've been doing a lot of work around love and putting the messages of love out there. So the feminine is receptive, and I have never worked with this deck before, by the way, guys, and I'm just going with what my intuition is telling me. So yeah. And I don't know what's in the guidebook. So the feminine is very receptive, it's nurturing, it's a little less active in regards to outwardly. So we're now looking within. So it's time to really look at your energy reserves within and look at bolstering those and doing what you need for self-care, because there is a lot of really full-on energy going on around at the moment. So take the time to look after yourself and connect to the sacred feminine, and connect to that nurturing side. So that's the beginning of the week, so we really need to look at that, especially when we're coming into the beginning of the week, and we're in a waxing moon phase, so we're going into building energy. So not a great transition to the middle of the week, which is fight. So I'm a pretty fiery person. I speak out about what I believe in. I tend to put my foot in my mouth, and I can be a little bit abrasive to those who don't necessarily like to hold the mirror up. But sometimes we do need to fight for what we believe in, and other times we really need to step back and not. So having a look at what we're fighting for, and if we're getting engaged in the right things, if we're looking at the battle despite the war, if we're being triggered by something, and looking at why we're being triggered. So we have this beautiful feminine energy at the beginning of the week, and then we move into this more very masculine, although there are some very feisty females that fight too, but this very active energy. So just taking a look at ensuring that we're not getting into fights for just kind of the an outlet for our energy, or feeling that we need to do it. But then if we really believe in it, then go for it. Oh, I love this. The end of the week is a reconciliation. Beautiful. So it's almost like we have this awakening at the beginning of the week where our femininity, and we're feeling gentle and lovely and nurturing, and then we have this like midweek fight, and then at the end of the week we have reconciliation. So bringing those two parts together to be whole and have unity. So it's a really important thing whenever something comes up for us in our work, reconciling it and making it a part of who we are, and not shying away from the hard stuff. So that's a really beautiful like beginning, middle and end for the week of this week. So now I'm going to just quickly have a look at some of what we get in the guidebook, as I know that a lot of people do like to know what's in there before they go and purchase a deck. So this is done by alphabetical order. So it has the difference between reconciliation and continuing a relationship with those whose energy is unforgiving. Reconciliation takes energy and willingness on both sides. Take time to heal and forgive yourself. And then there's a little poem, little prose there, which I'm not going to read, and then a little bit about the card. Now, something it may be a very unpopular opinion. I feel like no publisher's ever gonna want to work with me because I'm pretty blunt. Something that I'm noticing as a a trend, and I would love to hear what you guys think about this, is a lot of decks are coming out and they feel very rushed, and they feel like the guidebooks have started to take a real kind of, I mean, that's how much information you get for the moon, and that's okay. You know, we don't need War and Peace for everything, certainly not. But when I look at this compared to some of the amazing guidebooks that I have, it's a little bit disappointing. There's hardly any text there. Yes, it does talk about Aradia, so the whole deck is about Aradia. So it does talk about Aradia and the moon, and does give some really good prompts here, but like it says, magic is real and you can use it, but it doesn't really give you anything more than that about how to use it and more about the moon. So if this was your first deck, it's kind of giving you a very one-dimensional way of working with it, and you do really have to use your intuition. I don't know, guys, I could be being a nitpicking person. Let me know what you think. I'd love to hear it. But it was the same with my the forest fairy one, the latest one from Lucy Cavendish, and I really like her, and I really love her stuff, and I've got like nearly everything of hers, and I was just like, it was so disappointed in the book, and I was disappointed that the art didn't really match up with what the messages were, and what it just felt really disjointed and rushed. This feels a little less rushed in regards to the artwork is very cohesive, but there's just not a lot in here. It talks about, at least, like I mentioned, it talks about the actual element and its relationship with the Gospel of Aradia. So that's pretty much all you're going to get in your guidebook. There are spreads and things like that, but there's not a lot of additional prompting. So, hey, it could be an unpopular opinion, but that's how I feel. So, just quickly before I go, I went to the Latin American festival yesterday with my sister, and I was not expecting to run into a crystal seller while I was there, but Inner Circle Crystals was there, and I dropped a bit of money, y'all, but look at what I got. Quartz is I love the quartz family, so this is one of the crystal points that I got. It's just so beautiful. And then she had another one, so I got that too, which is this gorgeous, and just such beautiful inclusions. And so she gets these direct from the mine too, so cutting out the middleman. I'm going to put the link below. She has an Etsy page, and then I got this gorgeous citrine core. So pretty, and it's so shiny and new. And then, the piston resistance. Look at this amethyst. There was so many of them. It was really hard to choose which one I was going to get. But in the end, this beautiful one caught my eye. And it's so rich in color, and yeah, it's just stunning. So those were my new little pretties. I can't wait to put them under the full moon and have them all charged and use them on my altar. And yeah, so this has been my first live unboxing. I'm gonna have to maybe edit it so that there's not so much at the beginning. Thank you for joining me, and it's been lovely, and I hope that you have a beautiful day.